Good evening, and welcome to the St. Petersburg By Night podcasting network. Tonight, we present to you our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Don't Get Caught.
Welcome to another St. Pete by Night revamped production. The following is rated for mature audiences and may contain graphic themes that will be distressing to some viewers. As always, we recommend you ensure the safety and well-being of yourself and those around you at all times. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to the St. Petersburg By Night Twitch channel, where we play St. Petersburg By Night, a massive multiplayer tabletop role-playing game set in the world of darkness. We play Vampire the Masquerade, Hunter the Reckoning, and Werewolf the Apocalypse. My name is Crafty Mirage, also known as Nikki. You can find me on any social media under Crafty Mirage, and I am one of the storytellers here at St. Pete by Night. Make sure to check out St. Pete by Night on all of our major social media platforms. We're on Twitter, also known as X. We're on TikTok for as long as it lasts. We're on Instagram, and we're also on YouTube. But you should check us out on our website, stpetebynight.com, where we have our city map, our storyteller profiles, and our one-of-a-kind threat meter. If you aren't already a subscriber here on Twitch, you should go ahead and hit that follow button and catch up on our past episodes. And if you're interested in playing with us, come join our Discord server and be a part of our amazing community. Today we are playing Don't Get Caught, one of the many chronicles here on St. Pete by Night. Let's introduce our players. Take it away.
I'm Izumi. I play Avery the Bruja.
I'm Krazaz. I play Rex Elias, the Nosferatu.
I'm Jay, playing Valerie Monet, currently going through it right now again.
Absolutely. So, last we left off, our coterie got together and reached out to Marcos, the ghoul of Baron Sebastian de Leon, after they had retrieved the $50 million worth of cocaine from the DEA and to return to the Baron. The ghoul, Marcos, showed up with a gang of other cartel members to retrieve the cocaine and returned the ghoul of their former coterie mate, Gwendael. Upon Nyx being returned to them, she blew up on Gwendael, stating that she did not want to be exposed to this lifestyle anymore, and that as a ghoul of Clan Gangrel and him being Clan Gangrel, they had no ties to either the Camarilla or the Anarchs, and as such were independent and able to go wherever they pleased. Gwendael saw reason in his ghoul's words and went ahead and left the coterie throughout the week. That was last week. Throughout the week, our coterie members readjusted and went about their own business to try to process and get work done as they needed to. One of these nights, we find ourselves with our Ventru, Valerie Monet. She had just had a harrowing experience being exposed to her former sire, Agnes Babel, a Ventru of the Camarilla court in Tampa, and learned that despite every effort that Valerie made to fully disappear from her sire's radar, it was in vain, as Agnes knew exactly where Valerie was at any given point. Tonight, we find ourselves in a local coffee shop near the Sponge Docks. Valerie has called her friend and touchstone, David, to chat and to process with what she's gone through. David is a standard Caucasian male with brown hair, and he appears to be in his late 20s. He has arrived earlier than Valerie and is already sitting inside the coffee shop. Instead of at one of the tables, he's currently sitting at one of those nice cozy sofa areas that the coffee shop has available for people. And he's ordered himself a coffee and has another one ready for Valerie to have when she arrives. The scene is yours, Valerie.
I like to imagine, much to maybe everyone's shocked, that Valerie arrives not dressed very formally, actually rather casually. I imagine one of the extra t-shirts that River has gotten for the sewer mission, having one that wasn't used, or perhaps one just an extra just in case. She's wearing one of those with some just sweatpants, still wearing normal shoes, as she's just looks a bit tired, a bit disheveled as she will walk in. And when she sees David, the drink already ready, she gives a little nod as she walks over, as she'll take a seat.
He looks to you. Damn, Val, you look like crap. You okay?
You didn't quite have to point it out so quickly, but it's been a rough week.
Are you? What is there anything I can do to help, or do you just need someone to vent to?
That would be pretty nice, but before, I don't really want to go into it exactly now. I at least want to hear about how things been going with you. I've been looking a bit more into Twitch. It seems like your streams, I don't quite know what's going on, but they at least seem entertaining. They've been nice.
I average about 20 viewers a stream now. I'm able to get on there at least for a couple hours majority of the week. It's a little tiring. I'm starting to feel a little bit of the grind of working the full-time job and also trying to dedicate time to that, but I'm hoping pretty soon that it'll pick up for me in the set, so I can drop at least down to part-time hours, and I won't have to commit so much time and split my attention so much.
Yeah, I can imagine how draining that must be. I know been some interesting words I saw. Some coworkers of mine have been saying it. Do you know what base means? I've still don't understand. I see people say it in the chat. I'm not really sure.
I do see a lot of people saying base in the chat, and personally, I just pretend to know what it means because I don't actually know what it means. Because from what I'm gathering context clue wise, I think it's just that's cool, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I just saw that, and recently I had a coworker of mine say that, and I wasn't quite sure what that was supposed to mean, but I appreciate it. It is sad though that you have to, kind of struggling with the hours there though. I do hope that it does pick up soon enough.
It would be nice, but I mean, that's millennial life, am I right? We gotta basically work nonstop, get 4 hours of sleep, and then get up and do it all over again. Yay.
Yeah, work has been pretty rough for me as well. Been having to
Still working at
put in the
Planet
extra hours.
Fitness?
Yeah, I've been working there and some side jobs, helping people out, cleaning, all that. It's been a bit hectic lately, and I'll be honest, all my coworkers kind of suck. But
hey, I mean, I feel like all of our coworkers suck in some manner. We just kind of have to deal with it.
yeah, but it's just, I don't know. I just get so bothered because I feel like I have a presented version of myself, that as one does when you're out working. You have to really show a certain face, and everyone thinks that I'm just that. And even if I try to show any other facet, it just kind of puts me back to the same box that I kind of show to customers and other people. And it sucks to kind of get shoved in there every time when I try and, at least even for them, try and show that I'm a bit different.
You ever play Mario?
I remember I remember when I was a lot younger, I had this little I think called Game Boy that I played a little bit. I remember playing something like that.
So in Mario, you gotta go around, you gotta go through the level, and there are these little boxes with the question mark on them. And you gotta hit them to be able to, and break them to unlock a little level up power. I like to think of this box that you're describing as that, just that. You gotta break the box to level up. So maybe instead of confining yourself to the box, you should try to make more of an effort to do the unexpected, do things that people don't expect you to do. Because then you kind of throw them off their game and they don't realize that you've leveled up and you're more formidable than they initially thought you were. You go from being that tiny little insignificant Mario character to the more well-defined big guy with a white hat and fire powers.
I understand that. It's just sometimes I feel like if I were to try and break that box, it'd be something they don't expect. They would, judge me or maybe see that as something wrong. I'm not sure. I think I might try and do that. It's just every time I've tried so far, it feels like they've always just kind of put me back in there, That's tried to help them out, tried to do good, but every time I do so, anything that slightly they don't like, I put back into the box, told that I'm just this person. It's tiring.
You have a lot of insecurities, don't you, Valerie?
Kind of looks around for a second, you didn't have to say it so loudly.
It's 8 p.m. at a coffee shop. There's barely anyone here. It's fine. But I know, but no one knows you here. Do you honestly care what a barista might hear?
No, but I've just caught off guard, okay?
But anyway, you have a lot of insecurities, don't you?
More than I would like to admit.
And I assume that these insecurities are plugged into trauma that you haven't really worked through.
I'm not sure. Maybe it might just be just who I am. I'm not sure where it comes from.
And this is just an obvious one, but I gotta ask it. Have you told them how you feel? Have you told them your insecurities? Have you told them your boundaries?
Issue with that, I just don't know if I could trust them to not abuse what I've told them and use it against me. You know, one of those type of people, and I'm not sure if that's, you know, if I can open up like that.
Well, if you're always anticipating allowing that you're going to get hurt, you're never going to let anyone have an opportunity to potentially be that person you need that will accept you.
Like I do have a friend that I've been able to trust, and so far been there with me. It's just, I don't know. I've had a lot of people I trusted that kind of I found out too late that I shouldn't have. And more recently, I had this encounter where I thought I got away from where I was, and I put a lot of effort to just getting away from the past life that I had before I came here, and its head popped up again, and I found myself in the exact same position that I found, that I left. It kind of made me realize that I can't, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't really escape it, and kind of made me feel like a bit of a fraud for saying that I changed when it seems like I haven't really.
Whenever you lost a life in Mario and had to start the level over, did you feel like you were what was the words you used? A fraud?
No, it just made me upset and made me keep wanting to try the level again.
Yeah, and with the experience you gathered from doing the level, you knew what to avoid, and you learned from that little drop into the pit, or you knew that Koopa was coming. But you learned something, and as a result, you were able to be prepared better for the next time you potentially encountered something like that.
I guess that's true. It's hard not to just feel like shit after it, you know? It's kind of that I know that I will get back up and keep pushing to be what I am, be who I want to be, but it's just kind of, it gets to you after feeling it so much,
Listen, I'm literally trying to play video games for a living, and I die a lot in them. I've learned, like, it's stupid, but I've learned that even though it sucks to lose in a game, it made me learn I learned from that loss. I did better next time, and that time I won. It's just, yeah, you're gonna feel the shitty feelings that you get whenever you lose, but behind that shitty feeling, there needs to be some determination to do better. And if you just don't focus on that determination to do better next time, you're just gonna let that shitty feeling win.
I guess that's true. I guess the stress of the job and of coworkers and everything I've been doing, just kind of, but what happened there just kind of blindsided me, and it would caught me in a moment where I wasn't exactly mentally prepared for it, and
shitty stuff happens when we least expect it. That's just how karma wants to be. She like people say, karma's a bitch. And fate can sometimes also be a bitch. But you know what we say to karma and to fate sometimes? We say, fuck you, not this time.
You're right. I've kind of wasted even a whole week just kind of sitting in my own misery, but yeah,
you're letting the shitty feeling win. You can't let the shitty feeling win.
I actually really appreciate it, David. I just needed some time to kind of chat and talk with my, talk it out. I don't really, like my coworkers can't really talk to them about it, or my friend's been a bit preoccupied with their own stuff too. So it's just kind of good to have someone that you can, trust and talk to.
I know we've like lost touch after high school and all that stuff, but like I'm always here for you if you need anything. Like we're both busy people, but I can make time for you. I made time for you here tonight. I'm going to work right after this, but I made time for you.
I really appreciate that. It does actually mean a lot to me, and
Yeah.
it's always a thing I look forward to when we have time to just shout and talk about our lives. It helps me forget what's going on, what I have to
Yeah.
go through for the whole week.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just I know it sucks right now, and I know that feeling is probably still, that wound is probably still a little fresh and raw, but you gotta just let it scab over and eventually scar. Because that's part of the healing process. You're always gonna have evidence of that wound, but it heals. And you can do things to help it heal faster. Put some Neosporin on it, some bandages, get some stitches.
Yeah. I also, it's my kind of left field here. Something I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot about it, and like, do you think that like stuff that happened in our childhood and our past, and like all that stuff that kind of like made us who we are now? Like, you think you'd ever really separate from it? Ever get away from it? Like, I know people talk about like changing from who they were back in the day, but sometimes I've given a lot of thought, and it seems like you never really escape it, at least in some form or another.
I think that no matter what, our childhoods are at least going to be a foundation of who we become as adults. But a foundation is just a base to build a better home on. You can always tear it down and rebuild it from the studs.
Yeah, suppose you're right. I've kind of deluded myself into thinking that I could just fully get away from it, and maybe kind of make sure it never affects me again. But I realize it's kind of foolish to think that I would ever truly remove something, the basis of my life.
Yeah. He takes a look at his phone as the screen lights up. Shit, I gotta start. No offense. Sorry, I'd like to stay longer, but this is my alarm to start heading to work.
Oh, it's okay. No, it's all right. It was really helpful what we talked about, and I appreciate any time.
Yeah. Oh, I do hope that it gets better for you, and I do hope that you start feeling better. And like I said, I'm always here for you, but it's okay to break that box sometimes. It's okay
Thank
to
you.
tear the house down to the studs.
Yeah, I have a lot to work on, but I really hope that your streams start taking off a bit more.
That'd be nice. Anyway.
I wish I knew more online people to share it with, but I unfortunately do not interact with a lot of those. But if I
Yeah.
do, I'll try and share it.
Yeah, that'd be appreciated. But, yeah, I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay, have a great night, David.
Yeah, you too, Val. Then he, gets up, finishes his coffee, tosses it in a trash can on his way out. How you feeling right now, Valerie?
There's still a lot of like turmoil and like conflicting feelings, but definitely a lot better now. A lot more of like a steeled resolve, and a lot more of the feeling of like Valerie just doesn't want to lose. Valerie will not lose again. And so she's really focusing on what to do to really make her in a solid position where that wouldn't happen again.
All right.
And before I leave, I'm going to make the baristas forget. Just so they, no witnesses.
Okay. They're simple baristas, you're able to do it, no problem. We move now to Avery. Avery, throughout the week, wanted to start making connections within the local community to start building a support system of her own in the area. By doing research, she found that there were 2 groups in the area whose interests aligned with her own and what she was specifically looking for. One of them being a street gang that hung around the Sponge Docks, primarily from a Greek background, and that did a little more petty crime, loan sharking, fraud, racketeering. They're the kind of guys you get loans from and you don't want to miss out on paying them back. Second group was a far left extremist group that mostly had a bad rap for vandalism and inciting fights at local protests with local law enforcement. Both groups have backgrounds in being convicts, and both groups have had people that have gone to jail. But out of the 2 groups, Avery decided to meet with the second group and to try to convince them that she was cool and everything. However, upon your meeting with them, Avery, as you spoke, you couldn't help but feel that brouhaha compulsion to question authority. As you meet with these individuals, ready to talk to them and to persuade them that you're cool, you can't help but feel that you shouldn't have to deal with a leadership role in this group of kind. Brouhaha are all about breaking the establishment and the status quo, after all. So you meet with them in a parking lot, actually, outside of a local abandoned building. They've been tagging the walls, and one of them has gotten very confrontational with you already. He is a taller man, looks Latino descended. He has shaved part of his head, he has like that fade thing going on, and a mohawk that he has dyed multiple colors, like mostly like purples and blues, and there's some green in there too. But as you approached and tried to like get all cozy with them, he's just like, hey, I don't know who you are, kid, but you kinda, we don't need some kids hanging around. Like, you're cool, you look cool and all, but I think you need to leave.
Oh, I'm sorry, were you the one in charge here?
Yeah, and frankly, I feel like, I don't know, it just seems weird that it's just some young kid is coming over, asking to hang out. I don't know, I'm getting a feeling, getting a bad vibe.
You're getting a bad vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm not going anywhere, so you can just deal with it.
Another individual in the group, they have a vest on that has like a bunch of like different types of pins and patches on them. She looks to be in her mid-20s, with bright pink hair that she has that is long but like faded. It's not like it's clear that she did this job herself and it wasn't done properly, because like there's some parts that are faded, some of the color didn't take, And she's just looking at you, just like, all right, so like, what do you want? Like, it is weird that you're just like, I mean, she's kind of like giving you a little flirty look just because of the awe. She's like, I mean, who are you?
Yeah, no, my name's Avery. I'm actually pretty new to the area. I was just looking for some people, like-minded people to make friends with.
Like-minded how?
Like-minded as in, you know, the government's fucked up.
The guy who addressed you initially is just like, I mean, yeah, they are. So, all right, this is just where I'm just a little thrown off, just because people don't just come up to us unless we are in trouble. So are we cool? Because I don't want to spend a night in jail over something stupid.
Okay. First of all, I'm not a cop. I understand that like cops will say they're not cops. Okay. Like I get that. But like, I mean, you know, fuck the police. So we're cool. I'm not here to bust you or whatever.
You swear you're not a cop?
I swear I'm not a cop. I've gone to jail for attacking
what?
cops.
For attacking a cop. Okay. All right. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Oh, I mean, it was back in when I was living in Omaha, back before they made it, you know, what do they call them? They don't call them gay marriages. They call them civil unions. Legal. There was some
Did they let you go because you were a minor? You were a minor or something?
This is 2015.
You're like what,
I was pretty young.
You're like what?
18?
20? You're like what? 26?
25.
Yeah, you would have been like what? Let's see. It's 2024. That's 9 years ago. You would have been like 15.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was there at the protests. Like.
Yeah. No.
And.
But you got arrested?
It did. Yes.
That's fucked up. They can't arrest a minor.
Yes, they can. They just put you in juvie. But they were going to try me as an adult.
All right, that's fucked up. They can't. Like, I mean, did you even actually like assault the cop though?
No. I mean, maybe I have threw something at him. But it was harmless. It's a water balloon.
A water balloon? They can't. They were gonna try you as an adult for a fucking water balloon.
A frozen water balloon, yes.
Frozen. Okay, that makes more sense now. Why were they frozen?
To add a punch.
Yeah, but you could have just like put like paint in them, and then it would have stuck to their uniform. You could have put like had them in multiple colors of the rainbow, and they would have had rainbow paint all over them. That would have been like more of a smack in the face to them.
I did get him in the face though. It was great. Oh well, his mask.
Oh well, if he had a mask on, it didn't hurt too. If he had a mask on, it shouldn't have hurt that much, and they shouldn't have tried you as an adult. I think that cop was just being a fucking baby.
Yeah. But of course, I mean, they eventually just tried me as a juvenile instead, and had to spend some time doing community service, whatever.
You like pick up trash on the side of the highway, soup kitchen sort of deal?
Yeah.
They call it court mandated community service. I would call it making the world a better place.
Right. Either way, like
it's like
yeah.
There's a lot of gears happening right now. Like, have you heard about what happened over in Tampa?
What happened in Tampa?
Some TikToker, some social like content creator. She's a content creator. Her name's Malicious Jester.
Oh yeah.
She fucking blew up an energy plant.
Yes.
Fucking sticking it to the man in real time. That little chick is a fucking legend.
Oh man, hashtag Tampa takeover or something.
I actually like that. You know what? Fuck yeah. Hashtag Tampa takeover. Yeah. Nah. No. Hey guys, we're gonna start using that. Alright. Alright. I like you. Okay. What else?
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
You swear you're cool.
I'm so cool.
It's Ronnie.
Ronnie?
Ronnie.
It's so great to meet you, Ronnie. Like I said, I'm Avery. I just moved to the area.
Yeah, I'm Ronnie. That's Sam, pointing to the girl with the pink hair. And that is Alex and Iris.
She just gives away about everyone.
So what do you so you're new to town, what do you generally do? Like, have you been connecting with any of the other local groups?
No, actually, you're the first ones that I've reached out to. I've mostly been just kind of learning the area for now. But me and my girlfriend, we're big supporters, big activists for the LGBTQ plus.
I'm surprised that we're the ones that you reached out to, though, because usually people like reach out to like the peaceful protest groups, and we're kind of
nothing can get done without violence. That's the thing. Change doesn't happen without violence. Even Martin Luther King Jr. Advocated for violence.
Hey, I wouldn't say violence. Just because that we get plausible deniability if we don't say violence. We have to approach the situation with the intention of confrontation.
Right. Confrontation. There you go.
Confrontation doesn't have to be physical.
Exactly.
And maybe they threw the first punch.
Right. I mean, usually they do, and then it just kind of erupts from there, so.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Confrontation.
All right. You're tiny, though. Are you, like, sure you want to, like...
You'd be surprised how strong I am.
All right, nah. I gotta see this. All right. He goes to the hood of the car that they were sitting on. Just elbow on the hood. Just has his arm ready. Like, let's go.
Okay. And she goes over and she...
All right. I want you to roll melee and... not melee. Strength and brawl.
I'm just gonna do just the regular one because this is a human.
Just yeah.
Do we need a rouse check? Do we need a rouse check?
Yeah, you do need a rouse check for this. I'm gonna say that this is gonna be the night you all get together too.
Oh, I'll do mine as well.
Yeah, go ahead and do your rouse checks, everyone. Nom.
All right.
Come on, Avery, be still, or get a messy critical and rip off his arm.
No.
Strength and brawl, and if you have a specialty in arm wrestle.
But wouldn't it be funny?
I would actually let someone take that as a specialty. It's like, I want a specialty in arm wrestling. Like, I'll allow that. Okay. 2 successes. All right. I'll say 2 successes is enough. You purposely didn't activate your potence. You also didn't want to, like, cause any immediate alarm because you are trying to present as human. So I'll say that you both are, like, going back and forth. You're kind of go, like, the shaky arm just, like, back and forth. No one is really giving in before you finally just kind of, like, had enough, and you go just like, all right, boom, as you slam his arm down against the hood of the car. He's like, God.
I'm just gonna stand back with a smile, just be like,
So, how much you lift?
I actually don't. I
How do you say? How do you? What's your fitness regime or something? Like, you gotta stay in shape somehow.
shadow boxing.
Shadow boxing? All right.
Shadow boxing.
Okay. I'll have to look into that. Cause damn, girl, you tiny but mighty.
So I've been told.
All right. And you see him pull out his phone. What's your number?
Yeah, and I'll give it to him and then take out
Types
my
it.
phone and get his as well.
He types it in. He sends you a text message with the pride flag emoji.
And I send him one back with a winky face and yeah, the pride flag.
All right. And what was your name?
Avery.
Avery. All right. We'll get in touch sometime. I'll let you know when shit's going down.
I would love that.
Awesome. You start to head out, and as you're heading out, you get a text message from Rex wanting to meet.
Yeah. I will. Where at?
I was hoping you'd be the one to want to meet with me, but I
Text message from Rex wherever you're comfortable.
yeah, wherever you're comfortable.
I can pick you up at the Haven. Unless you're okay with me seeing yours.
Whatever.
Cool.
Alright.
Haven it is. Well, #Haven. Haven.
All right, so Avery, you get in your car, you drive to the Haven, you pick Rex up. Are you just gonna drive and talk?
Yep, we're just gonna patrol the area while we talk.
Okay, actually, that is awesome. Yeah, so go ahead and do your conversation, and at some point I'll ask for a check for you to also get a patrol in. All right, so Avery pulls up to the Haven in her car. Rex, you would have arrived by then, and you get in, and the scene is yours.
What's up?
Well, so hey, about the party a few nights ago.
The blood drive?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
So I learned previously, but that night I learned in particular. So I'll give you some reference first. I had met Jacob previous to you meeting him. You probably recall that when I introduced y'all.
I don't think I remember this, Jacob.
Maybe it was Valerie then. I don't know. Anyway, he's a fellow Nas.
Okay.
So I basically did mention that there was something in the sewers. That's all I said. I didn't say that it was a white, but I told him to watch out. A few weeks later, we have a different party. And there I met Vox.
I love Vox.
Yeah, that's the problem. So, when I met Vox, I was introduced to as part of Jacob's coterie. I was very alarmed because this is the exact person that Marcos described when he was threatening us about chatty anarchs.
No, that was over the phone.
Still.
And that was OC. That was way before Avery talked to Fox.
I know.
Okay.
And later, a couple days ago, they were their other coterie member, Benny, I met them the first time, told me actively that you had in public mentioned, well, to Vox, that it was a white specifically. Maybe
Well, I
not.
wouldn't say in public, but
But either way, that's probably the least like safe person to mention explicitly what our problem is.
Fox builds guns.
That's-
Guns that can kill whites.
You could have said anything else. You could have said a problem. You could have been vague about it. White is specifically what was the issue. We are not supposed to talk about it to the other anarchs, let alone any other kindred, especially not Cam.
I'm sorry, Rex. Are you trying to leadership me here right now?
Yes. I'm going to be explicit here. Yes. I'm not saying don't be friends with Fox. You can be friends with Fox all you want. But be careful when it comes to the business, okay? It's scary. I do not want to see your head on a pike, or Vox for that matter. And Marcos is not exactly a person to fuck with. You saw how he talked to us that night, last week.
Yeah, it was
2 weeks
rude.
ago. Yeah, he was very rude. All because Gwendael fucking pissed him off that one time. Like we were chopped fucking liver. If he stays that way, if he considered us fucking just shitty patsies to go on suicide missions again, then he would not hesitate to have you killed. He would not have. He could just say one word to fucking De Leon, and he'd toss you like chopped liver, even though he is fucking having you suck from his wrist. I don't think he actually really gives a shit. You saw how he blew that guy's fucking face off in front of us. And of course, how they beat the shit out of Nyx. Fuck. I don't want that happening to you. I don't want that happening to your new ghoul. I don't want that happening to Val. I don't want any of this happening ever again. And frankly, you talking to Vox like that risks it. They're asking too many questions now. I hope sincerely that this does not become an issue and that we can get on track, get rid of the stupid fucking white, and we can move on with our lives and try not to catch any more flack from these fuckers. That's all I gotta say.
Do you need something? Are you do we need to stop and meet someone? You seem a little uptight.
I'm serious.
No, I know you're serious. I'm being serious.
Like, I just don't want to see you dead. I don't want to see anyone dead.
We're good.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I needed to talk to you anyways.
Okay.
So,
yeah, shoot.
I have a few questions. Some, guess some of them were less hard. Words are failing me.
It's okay.
I
I just kind of blew up on you like that. I get having a second there, but go ahead.
Even though I said that I picked you as a leader, it was only because the only other option was Valerie.
If that's how you feel.
Yep. Okay. So anyways, why are you an anarch?
I don't know. Cam wasn't exactly an option. I was fucking had my blood sucked out by one. I got injected by one. I worked for ones as my boss since I was a fucking teenager. So, yeah. I'm an anarch because that's the way I was raised.
And
Just
never...
like how Fat Val was raised. Cam, she got to break away. I'm sure I could break away if I really wanted to. I got the offer at least twice.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, probably could. I could probably just walk across that border, surrender, probably hopefully not get my ass waxed by fucking Hush, and try to see what I could do. Maybe I could get something in within Nos, but that's neither here nor there.
So you're an anarch because you were raised to be.
If you want to put it like that, well, I guess I did.
Yeah, that you did. So then, what's it mean to you?
What, being an anarch?
Yeah.
Well, I guess the typical anarch answer should be like not having to bow underneath the structure of hierarchy or some shit. But we still do. We're still fucking bitches to De Leon. That's the same shit. Granted, from what I've heard, he's the most cam anarch, even over fucking Pharaoh, who was the actual literal Vendru. But, I mean, look, that's just how people have been talking. It might be the case in other places. I don't know. This is the only actual anarch boss I've ever had that has been explicitly an anarch boss to me as an anarch. But what it means to me, I don't know. A job, promotion opportunity, a place to be.
So you're an anarch because of the things you can get from it. I guess that's very kindred of you, but
I mean, if you put it reductively, sure, yeah. Because this is the only life I know. What am I going to do elsewise? Just be a regular drug dealer somewhere else?
No.
I don't have
I'm
any
just
fucking marketable skills. I guess I'm a businessman. Ooh.
I'm just trying to gauge, like, I guess what your beliefs are when it comes to the movement.
See, I barely get any exposition. Every fucking other week from my sire, and it's more history about being a Nosferatu than actual, like, what it means to be an anarch. I deal drugs. I'm under the cartel's thumb. That's what being an anarch means to me. I'm part of the cartel, the cartel's anarchs.
So you're an anarch because you have to be.
Asterisk? Yeah, I guess.
But you have no beliefs one way or the other when it comes to it? Like, because, like, I mean, the movement, right? Like, was created as a way to get away from the tyranny of the Camarilla. And sure, at first it was kind of like, you know, hey, we're the same, but, like, you know, you're a little different. We'll still, you know, work together. But then, of course, later it was...
Well, I mean, aren't you in the same boat?
No.
Neither of us have actually met the Camarilla. We don't really... Well, we've talked to them. They seem okay. But we've never been under said tyranny. I'm sure it exists. I'm sure it's a big fucking problem. But
right.
It's not something I've felt. I've always been out of it. So what? Like, I don't feel attached to the movement. If that's what you want me to say. Like, could we do a third thing? Is there a third thing?
Yeah.
I
think
right.
so.
That's a bot. That's a thing.
No, not them. Just screw the
Okay.
bot. No, I'm talking, like, just independent altogether. Like all of them over in Omaha. Like, none of them take titles of anarch or Camarilla.
Yeah, but at a certain point, that's just too disorganized, right? That's like, who's gonna say who can do what? Who's to stop you from just getting murdered by another fucking kindred, just out of nowhere? Who gives a shit about independent? Some fucking anarch or some cam is gonna come over, take your shit, and say it's theirs, and you either join or die.
Oh, we just kind of hung out. I mean, yeah, there were issues, but it was mostly like coteries getting together and talking it out or fighting it out, depending on who's involved. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is, you know, the anarch, the movement was supposed to be for, like, free people, like, do what we want within reason, you know, like, not have to deal with just the older kindred, using the younger kindred as cannon fodder in friggin', their wars or whatever. Like you and I, as young kindred, have an opportunity to hold positions in the Anarch movement. And what I'm running into here in our particular barony is that we have a baron who thinks himself as a king. Like, he thinks he's a king. Like, he thinks he's untouchable.
And now we're talking.
Yeah. And I mean, past what he's done to me, and of course what he did with Nyx, and that guy that he just shot, like I understand that guy is like cartel matter, not kindred matter, but like the point stands, this guy, he's just playing with us. And like, I understand that, and I feel the urge to just get a hold of him like almost every day, because like, that third sip is still, I mean, the want to do it is there from the last two, but I don't want to.
Yeah, that's why I'm so concerned, so you brought it up.
Yes.
Other than, you did say we have a place in the world, and that is what I'm looking for. To be clear here, I do want to break away from De Leon. I didn't like seeing anything that he's done so far. I don't like his monopoly over the major cartels in pretty much all of Florida, and from what I'm hearing, a little bit beyond. It's quite frankly insane for just one man, let alone kindred, to have all that under his belt. And yeah, he's acting like a king. Yeah, he's treating us like pawns. We're practically the same. He could be the prince of fucking Tampa Bay or whatever, and he'd probably be treating us exactly the same as he is now. But fuck, I don't know. I have no clue. But yeah, I'm gonna be explicit here. I want to be Baron. Not here. Fuck this place. Fuck Tarpon Springs. You want me a place in the Anarch movement? I'm taking one. But I'm not looking for here. I'm looking north. And that means fucking with Tampa. I know, I get it. But if I'm hearing about explosions and shit in Tampa, that sounds promising. They're getting scrambled too.
Oh yeah, I had just had somebody message her, talk to me about her.
Yeah. If things are going down in Tampa, if that's scaring them, then maybe I have an opportunity. I don't know when, I don't know how, but there's a juicy looking fucking power plant up in Holiday that's just north of us, off the coast, that looks like a really cool place to have as a barony, as a castle. That thing's got fences, it's got brick, mortar. It looks excellent as a place to settle down and take control. I'm in it with Val. I've talked about this with her before. She's willing to meet my arrangements with her. She gets to have her own thing going on if we do take over that. Now, granted, that is my plan A. And I get that it's very hard. And it's probably not going to happen if we don't put in a lot of work. But plan B is we take out a baron here and I move in his place. And if that has to be De Leon, which was my plan C, I don't expect De Leon to hand that off to me anytime soon. That was kind of plan C, the idea that he probably handed off for some whatever reason. I don't know. That was basically the least possible option. But the plan B would be the idea to taking him out sounds like an absolute bitch and a half, considering the amount of firepower and shit he has here. Out of the barons we met, which granted is not much, Pharaoh seems the weakest.
But despite the fact that he's a Ventru, and I don't trust a single thing he says because he is way too idealistic.
Yes.
I kind of like him.
I get it. He says a lot of flowery shit.
Yeah.
And he dances around words so much it fucking pisses me off.
Yeah. Why can't you just say it?
Yeah. Yeah, he tries as much as possible to never say the word mine or my thing because he wants to do this weird communist utopia idea.
I mean, I'm all for a communist utopia.
Yes, but look, the idea of a Ventru communist just means Stalin to me.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's why I say that I don't trust a single word he says, because he's a freaking Ventru trying to say that we're all equal and that he doesn't like the title Baron, but he still keeps it.
Exactly.
Either way, I guess you're looking at like the easiest target. I'm looking at which one has caused us the most issues, which one's going to continue to cause us the most issues. And I can guarantee that there is a pretty rose sitting up at the spa over there with some pretty sharp thorns that we could cut off.
Yeah, well, those thorns are long and spiky. I can fucking tell you that much.
Oh,
if he's controlling as much as I think he's controlling, if the fact that he uses a fucking spa is a goddamn joke, because that seems like the least defensible location in the world to have run a fucking barony from.
He's a Toreador.
Yeah, I know, I get it, but it's got to be a joke. There's got to be some fucking several layer bullshit in front of it that's invisible, and probably will kill the fuck out of us if we would try to step out of there without permission. Or if we were even in there, we might be fucking dead the instant we try. So, yeah, my main plan, I want to look north. I want to try to get my own fucking place, carve my own fucking destiny, and tell De Leon to piss off. And tell him that we're equals now, and he can fuck off with his shit. And hopefully, maybe, I can wrest some control of the cartel with me. Or at least a part of them, whatever. I don't like the fact that he's a goddamn monopoly.
Right.
So that's what I got to say on the issue.
Right, I understand. But the problem is he's going to push me, to complete this thing, and I don't want that. I mean, obviously, we're not going to get to a point where we can just take him out before then, but I'm going to try to avoid it. But knowing him, he's got something, right? So I guess I'm just trying to put some things in place.
Yeah. It concerns me too. So hopefully
yes.
Do something to fix it.
I've been asking around, but the only two answers that I keep getting are wait it out like a year and a day, or get a bond with someone else. And those, honestly, both of those options are kind of shitty or impossible.
I mean, this will be weird. I'm right here.
Avery is just kind of like, we're come to a stop sign, right? And she's just going to look over at Rex.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, are you asking me to drink?
I'm just offering a solution. I know you don't want to do Val. That would be a fucking nightmare.
I don't know.
No,
Val
I don't
seems
want to
more
do
her-
Val.
I don't know. Val seems more her type.
And look, I'm going to take your comment earlier about picking me over Val as just a light jab. I'm not going to take that to heart because I don't think you believe it. But
It's just between the three of us, like, the only one that one of us doesn't have an issue with is you, so it just seemed like the right choice because everyone can get along with you, where Val and I, we butt heads like it's, our favorite pastime.
after as many fucking compliments and shit you give me, the fact that you attach yourself to my arm every time we go out into a party or something. Except last time, you were pretty okay last time.
You told me not to.
Yeah, true. But I don't think I believe you. I don't believe that you don't only trust me because Valerie's you're being
A damn
sassy.
Ventru?
Yes, you're being sassy.
I am being sassy. I'm sorry. I had to.
I don't believe
You
that
made me
would
feel
make
things,
me-
so I had to make you feel things. That's how it
Yeah.
works.
I get it. I get it. I blew up at you, and I just want you to know I'm concerned. But if you're looking for an option, if you're looking for a way out, I don't know how this works. Trust me, I've never even really heard about blood bonding until you did the thing the first time we met.
I know it takes 3 times. I don't think it's necessarily a 3-month thing. I think it just has to be 3 different nights. But
Whatever, if you're looking for a solution, if that is a solution, I'm here, and you know I won't fuck you over with it.
well, I'd have to trust you not to fuck me over with it, yes.
Up to you.
Well, that's something that I'm going to have to think about because, I mean, with De Leon, it wasn't, I didn't realize the kind of person, kind of monster, I guess he was until our second meeting. So, it doesn't matter. The I'll keep that in mind. Definitely something that I'm going to need to think about because then I'm willingly doing it. And that's a lot to ask, a brouhaha.
Fair? Yeah, I get it.
I'm
just saying, though, I'll get you a buzz while you do it. Hey.
I mean, honestly, though, like freaking, this is a kindred blood? Holy crap, dude. It's like a whole nother, that's like...
Considering how your ghouls beg like dogs for it whenever I hear y'all doing it, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I've considered selling, but I don't think that works that way.
There is another thing, just one. I have... All right, full disclosure, okay, because we've already discussed, killing De Leon, so we might as well go all the way here. Okay, don't kill me. I'm trusting you with this. To not kill me. I mean, I could totally beat you up, so good luck. But there's a little more at stake than just me. The reason why I ghouled at Jared. I kind of alluded to it before.
Is this your little secret you've casually mentioned to me sometimes?
Yes.
I've trusted you enough to not look into it. Are you trusting me enough to tell me what it is?
That's what I'm trying to decide right now. See, the reason why I Googled Jared is because man, this is like coming out. Jesus Christ. I live with someone, a kind. She's my girlfriend of almost a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, she knows just about everything.
And on that note, we are going to cut to break.
That is absolutely foul.
Thank you so much for staying with us so far, and dealing with this cliffhanger for the next 5 minutes, but everyone go ahead, take a break, stretch your legs, get some water. Today's a very juicy episode of Don't Get Caught, but once we listen to Vampire by Faith and Failure, we will be right back. So stay tuned. St. Petersburg by Night is brought to you through collaborations with our partnered vendors: Wolfpack Dice, Ember Fox Dice, Dragon Ink Dice, Bear of the Bard, Champs Tramps, Panchi Artista, and Chromatic Creations US. Links to our partnered vendors, as well as our Twitch and YouTube channels, can be found on our website, stpetbynight.com. The official theme song for St. Petersburg by Night is Vampire by Faith and Failure. You can find them at faithandfailure.com. You can follow SPbN on all socials with the hashtag StPeteByNight. If you wish to support our program, you can do so at ko-fi.com/StPeteByNight to help keep the stories rolling. And welcome back. Last we left off, our two coterie members, Rex and Avery, were having a tense heart-to-heart about what it was to be Anarch and how they were feeling about the current standing in the barony and serving under Sebastian de Leon. And Avery, in a moment of trust, confided in Rex that she was still living with her kind girlfriend who knew everything about Kindred. And that is where we pick up. Rex, you have just heard these words come out of Avery's mouth, and you are still in the car.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Like, I offered her to cool her. She said no. She didn't want to be bound.
Yeah. I get it. I haven't been in that situation myself, but in a similar life with a similar person, I might have done the same. I don't know. But this is an issue. And I don't mean that as me being boss man Rex right now. I mean that as like, holy shit, this could get you fucking killed if anyone finds out, and you probably shouldn't have fucking told me. But I'm
in a corner.
I'm a man of my word. I'm not gonna say anything, even though I'm an ass, even though I'm like, ooh man. No one's gonna find out. I'm not even gonna tell Valerie. I'm definitely not gonna fucking tell Valerie. Holy shit, that'd be a fucking awful idea.
Right? That's all we need is a Ventru to have something over top of me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, stop that. Shit, man. I don't like owing anyone anything. And now I'm in the position of somebody telling me something, and having power over them, I guess. But
I'm asking you for help.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And I'll do what I can. I've offered it before, since you talked about your like stalker guy, ex-boyfriend or something, right? I don't know.
Or whatever. I have no idea whether that's going because I haven't heard from him since. So maybe it was just,
Maybe they were just scaring you. I don't know. But yeah, look, just the same offer as before. If you need help, call me. I will get there as soon as I can.
right. So the reason why I'm telling you, is because if there's no way that I can avoid De Leon, and kind of weasel out of that third sip, then I need you to send a text to Jared. Something in code, I don't know. I haven't come up with something yet, but just basically get her out of there. She's not aware of Jared, because she does not like the thought of someone being bound to someone else. So
Ironic.
yeah. So basically, if it has to happen, if I absolutely cannot get out of it, I would just need you to text Jared to get her out of the area, onto a plane back to wherever she decides to go.
Understood. Now, even if I can't get Jared, even if for some reason he is in trouble too, on your word, I'll see what I can do. I'll get fucking somebody to do it. I can call Cheese or fucking Fudge or even Nate if I fucking have to. I really don't want to send Nate, but
yeah, please don't send Nate.
I'll send somebody to help you out. If she needs to get the fuck out of there, I got you. But we'll figure something out.
Yep, I'm talking to you before I talk to her, so this is, she can't say no if I already have everything in place, right?
I guess not. Not in this kind of situation.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah,
Rex.
so that...
At this moment, you receive a text message.
I check the phone.
It's from Marcos. It says, delivery at your place as promised for your services.
I'll send a thumbs up and a thank you very much, Marcos.
He sends a text message, but responds back saying, no problem. And actually says in the comments, sorry about the other night, had to show a front in front of my guys.
Yeah, he says he was trying to be tough in front of the dudes. I still didn't like it.
Yeah,
But
no, I had to bite my tongue. I made myself bleed. Well, I made a hole in my tongue.
yeah, well, real man doesn't have to pretend to be tough to be tough. That's all I'm saying. Well, apparently there's a package for us. Let's say we pull around.
Yeah, one more question. Can you get me in touch with the NOS?
Ugh. I have a meeting coming up, but the message said explicitly no outsiders. So
No, you're fine. I'd like to talk to someone.
You did meet Jacob though, right?
I met a lot of people that night.
Look, he wasn't there at the last thing. He was at the one before it.
Oh, well,
Look,
that
if
was
there's
too long ago.
if there's anyone I can get you to talk to first and foremost, it'd probably be him.
Yeah,
invited me
no.
to his birthday, so I mean, I couldn't go, but like he trusts me enough.
Oh,
to risk it for that.
yeah. Okay, yeah. I remember Vox talking about Jacob. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll get you that at least. But
Well, I was hoping someone more higher up, but sure. I just want to set up a network for stuff.
Rex,
A bit of a deal.
you actually would know that Nyx is probably a high-ranking Nos based on how much information she was able to get on you. And
I figured.
you have also heard her speak disparagingly about De Leon in the past.
True. Yeah. Yeah, if anything, we can at least get you talking to Nyx more. I don't really trust her that
Sure.
much, but that's also...
Well, I don't need to trust her. I just need to make a deal with someone for a few things that I'm setting up. But let's get you home. You can get your package, and we can go see what Val's doing.
Sure.
Valerie, at the Haven, you were actually present for the delivery. You were casually just in the living room. River was making himself something to eat in the kitchen when you both heard the sound of cars pulling up outside of the Haven. Upon peeking outside, you would have seen a black SUV and a guy step out and retrieve a crate from the trunk before dropping it on the doorstep and ringing the doorbell and walking away.
Considering that I'm probably still in the outire that I met David in, I'm going to like quickly perk up, and then just shit. River, can you grab that? I need to get dressed, and I just start rushing upstairs to change my outfit to a more presentable one.
Yeah, River goes and adheres to your request, getting the crate that's outside, lifting it, bringing it into the living room and putting it on on the coffee table.
Yeah, I imagine after a moment I come down in a much more respectable attire, as I will kind of investigate what the hell this thing is. I have no context what the hell this is.
Go ahead and give me a wits and investigation.
We're still at 0 hunger. Let's go.
Correct.
It's
I
nice,
love
isn't it?
The 0 Hunger Club is great.
Yeah, my mind is swayed by the beast.
Beast is happy.
As it was trying to give me a bestial failure there. Hold on, let me use a singular will. No, actually, no, I'll just accept it.
You won't get a bestial failure without any hunger.
Yeah, no, it was just one success.
Oh, so for the future, whenever you're wanting to put 0 hunger, it just puts 0.
Oh, okay. I thought I tried that. I might have just misremembered trying that before.
Okay. So with one success. So with one success, it's a crate. It smells like a crate. It smells like, and you see that it's been nailed together. So you're probably going to need a crowbar to open it.
As I will look to River for that. Can you open it?
Should we tell the rest of the coterie that this is here?
Let us see what's in it first before we let them know. Just to make sure what's in there.
All right. Yeah, he goes and gets a crowbar from the garage and easily enough just just yanks off the lid of the crate. And inside, you see that there are boxes of ammunition. You have 2 types. You have concussive and you have incendiary. You have 2 boxes of each.
Ooh. Nice.
And the incendiary ammo is specifically for shotguns.
Oh,
I think actually, yeah, concussive ammo would also be for shotguns. Yeah, these are bullets just for shotguns specifically.
I sadly look at my revolver. No, but I'll
There's one more thing in there, though, too. You see that there is a nice velvet box inside and you see that there is a note on it that had a little folded letter thing, like a cardstock thing that has Avery's name on it.
I'm going to look into what it is.
You're going to open the velvet box. Inside the velvet box,
Yeah.
you see a necklace, a white gold necklace with a ruby rose pendant.
I'll just look at it for a second before I will close it, put the note back on top of there. Is it like something I can read actually, or I'm like open and read?
Yeah, if you fold it, it's
Well, would it be very obvious that I unfolded it?
no, it's like one of those like little simple cards. that
Oh
you
yeah,
just fold.
I'll open and read it real quick.
So inside, it written in a very nice handwriting. You just read the words "See you very soon, mi amor," and signed S.
Close it back up, put it down. Then I will send a text that to my wonderful coterie mates that a delivery just arrived.
You guys received the text shortly after Marcos had sent you that text initially.
Just gonna put on our way.
All right. So you guys start. You guys takes about 5 because you're just patrolling your coterie domain. You guys get to the haven fairly quickly, and Avery, you pull up into the driveway. You park the car. You and Rex get out and go into the haven, and you see on the coffee table in the living room is an opened up crate. It had hay inside of it for insulation and stuff. And you see 2 boxes of ammunition and a velvet box.
I'm assuming I can see the card
Yes.
with my name on it.
Yes.
I'm just gonna stare, like, not quite daggers, but like pins at Avery.
What?
Is there something I'm missing here? Considering you both arrived at the same time, not normal for you to do that.
We were
Rex
just
asked for a ride.
Yeah, we were just taking a ride, patrolling around the place.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I have done my own investigation of our territories, but that can wait till after this. It seems that you have a admirer, Avery, as I'll hand over the letter.
Huh. She's gonna open the letter. She'll read it and be like, wonder what S could stand for.
Well, considering who it's from.
Yeah, just gonna open the box and see the necklace and kind of like.
It's an expensive necklace. The box is actually from Tiffany's.
Oh.
Like, those are real rubies. And they were crafted and like they were set to make it look like a rose.
Fucking Toreadors. But she says that, but she does like run her fingers over it, like ooh.
Pretty.
Pretty.
Seems like it gave you something more better suited for Denoches.
You think I would wear it? Carmen would get mad.
Probably.
To be fair, I do like Carmen. She's just a little,
You know
bitchy.
What'd be funny?
What?
It'd be funny if we gifted it to her.
I can't do that. This thing's from Tiffany's.
Besides joking on angering very powerful individuals,
Yeah.
it seems like we have the ammunition we need here. However, there is a problem that these are all for shotguns, and notably, none of us have shotguns.
No. I do. I have a shotgun.
You had a shotgun this whole time?
Yeah, I left it at home.
we went into the sewers to potentially find the White, and you left behind the shotgun.
Ma'am,
To be fair.
ma'am, in Miss Wright's defense, you didn't know that there was going to be a White down there.
Right.
Well, we knew that something our target could have been down there.
Right. Well, excuse me for leaving a shotgun at home, for defense at home, she says, but she looks over at Rex,
And
Yeah, I
you-
mean,
it's
we
not.
had the broadsword. from
It's
Gwendael.
not-
I was going to say,
And ma'am, it's not
Sorry,
hard.
go.
It's not hard to purchase a shotgun in Florida. It's actually fairly simple. I think it just takes 3 days.
yeah, I'm not concerned how hard it would be. Especially I'm more focused on getting it, not in a tradeful manner. I was just more shocked of you having a shotgun and not bringing it. I was. I mean, Gwendael even brought a longsword.
Yeah,
he at least knew
I
that
get
the
it.
potential dangers.
You have your gun. Gwendael had his sword. I just up close and personal.
I just gotta switch. I don't know.
I can aim better with my fist than I can with a gun.
It
That's
is.
fair.
Miss Monet. I mean, remember Mary? She was one to fight up close and personal too.
Yeah, I understand it. It's just kind of caught me off guard, but I'll have to try and get my own because I'd rather. If both of us could have a shotgun that had the same munition, it would be pretty beneficial. It's hard to dodge 2 shotguns being blasted at you.
It's true.
It'd be super funny, is if I wore the necklace at the meeting with him.
No, I'd rather not piss him off.
Yeah, that's right. No, yeah, okay. Sorry, my dumb prankster brain just went.
Not. It would be completely hilarious if it was anyone other than De Leon.
Damn it, Brian. Oh,
Okay.
anyway, yeah.
Besides all
gun,
that, we actually have an important
bullets.
business to discuss.
Oh yeah.
Actual dealing with our job we originally assigned here to begin with, the White.
Yep.
I actually done some research. I found a potential bait, some homeless woman by the docks. We could easily take. No one would miss her if anything did happen to
No,
her.
wait, hold on. You're just some poor woman off the street. She didn't even have a place to stay. Like I could see maybe if it wasn't. She's got nothing. Why target her?
Because she has nothing. I mean, did you rather that I take a high-profile
Yeah,
person that
well,
everyone would
maybe not
notice that
high-profile.
they're gone?
Maybe someone.
Everyone has someone, so it makes it very difficult to take someone, and if they potentially die, people would come investigating. So this is
Yeah,
unfortunately, you have to look into people who don't have anything.
yeah. Okay, find yourself a drug addict.
Are they worse? You're going to argue that they're worse than someone who's homeless? Are you saying that
Or
they're
find someone who, no offense, Rex, someone who deals drugs.
who has a lot of connections and people who would notice they're missing?
I don't feel comfortable using a homeless person.
Oh, but you felt comfortable making your ghoul without asking consent, of course.
That was a different matter. I gave him just as much information as I could.
And the goal is not to have him killed anyways. I'm not trying to just kill her and just throw her to the side. Unfortunately, for this kind of matter, you're going to need someone who isn't missed. And more often than not, drug dealers who would be more noticing that they're gone. And as surprising as it may sound, homeless people and drug addict kind of overlap quite often. So, apparently, if they're a homeless drug addict, that's a problem. That what you're concerned about?
I'm
If
just
they-
concerned about this poor woman who's already down on her luck. Society's beating her down, and now you want to use her as bait for a monster?
What would you suggest then? Who should we take? You have a better idea?
Whatever. I'm just giving you my opinion.
I didn't ask for it, but I appreciate it.
Well, you're gonna get it anyways because that's how I do.
Look, we can try what we can to make sure that that she doesn't get eaten, and if everything goes right, we can just get Valerie to wipe her memory, make sure it never fucking happened as far as she's concerned, and we can move on with our lives when we take care of it.
That was the goal.
Okay?
It's easier to wipe a memory and just send her on our way to clean up a body.
Okay. In other news, I have been over the past couple weeks monitoring the White. It sticks mostly to our territory, surprisingly. I've put up cameras in the sewers. It wasn't necessarily for the White. It was actually to monitor any other people using the sewers in our area. But it sure has showed up a lot of White on my feeds. So far, I can't tell nothing. She comes and goes. I've been trying to look harder, but it's not working out. But yeah, it stays in our territory mostly, which does give me credence to think that there might be more, like we discussed.
It would make sense. And I don't think the ones in Pharaoh's territory are sticking to sewers, unless, I mean, we've seen the scratches. Well, you did, but I feel like Nyx would see them if they were there, so.
As if Nyx can be trusted.
Look, I still don't have any comment on how Pharaoh's domain does with their situation. We've been back and forth. I think it's best if we just worry about what we have going on right now, and tell if once we get it over with, tell Daylight mission accomplished. If there's more coming, then there's more coming, and we'll take care of it.
You see River about to move the crate, the now empty crate, and pause for a moment and rummage further inside and pull out an envelope that had been lost in the hay. And it's a manila envelope. On the cover of, like on the outside of the, on the outside, it says "From the boss's contact." And it's sealed.
Seems like you should read that, Rex. You'll have more context.
I'll unseal the envelope and I'll read it up.
Inside the envelope, you find the photo of the White, like the still image of the White that you had taken from your images. And then alongside it, a printed ID, driver's license, of a woman named Haley Curtis, who's 22 years old and a native of Tarpon Springs. You also find a printed out piece of paper that has a missing persons report for Haley Curtis, where she had gone missing in July of 2023.
Well, here she is. And I'll show the information to the other members.
July.
That's about right. I think we started September.
Right, but she's been missing since July.
Which means that this was a very fast change.
Yeah, that shows that this most likely isn't just her falling out of touch with herself, that this was a force that changed onto her. Which means that we need to really, after we deal with her, we need to really find out about her life, where anyone who was connected to her last scene, where she was. If we can narrow down anything, that would be useful.
On the piece of paper too, the missing persons report states that she was last seen by her friend at the college down south. During daytime hours. Like, the time that she was last seen was about 4:35 p.m. And that she had been driving north back home, apparently.
That means that she wasn't Kindred when she went missing.
That's what
That's so fast. I mean, even with the 5 years, we thought it was fast, but now we're just months.
I assumed that this. Okay, that makes more sense now, because I assumed it was something like a Kadif or some sort, but now that the idea that this person was taken to be transformed into what they are, turned Kindred, turned white, makes a lot more sense. That this was a more definitely something that's long planned quite thoroughly. We might have to see about finding out who this friend is, and seeing if they know anything about what was going on with her if there's any sort of sign before she got kidnapped. And we'll have to ask around the college then, if we can, to see if maybe there's something weird going on with that college.
Is college camp territory?
The university isn't. The university that hang on. I meant to say in Tampa. She was going to school in Tampa and drove over the bridge.
Okay. Oh, then we can't. That's
my bad. That was my bad. I forgot that one of the big campuses over in Tampa.
USF.
USF.
But so we can't find out anything about the school then, but we can see if we can know something about their friend. Maybe do some online research of the school. Maybe some threads or something has missing persons reports or weird things happening.
If only we had Nyx still.
Yeah, that's a problem. Hey, shot in the dark. Can whites embrace?
I would think that they need the consciousness to embrace. But I don't think even if they did, the person that they embraced wouldn't be a white.
I just spitballing. I don't know, but that just sounds like the only way that something like that could happen logically. And I don't know.
Well, we did mention before that there has been a tactic before of Sabat embracing and turning someone into white, but nothing. I don't think anything of this quick. This would be something outside of what we know currently, which is a problem. I don't think it'll be difficult to try and find out anything about it, I imagine, because whites aren't really easy to study, considering that they are almost mindless beasts. I doubt that it wanted to embrace another, because it's a beast, an intelligent hunter. It would know not to make more like predators, make more competition. Why would it want more competition? Even if they weren't competition, they decided to send them south. Why? It wouldn't make any sense for them to want to do that.
I mean, if the theory is still that there are multiple and they are across the baronies, it's something, I guess, like that's like it's possible.
This is starting to come down. This is starting to sound more like this wasn't an accident. Like there's no way that
this was intentional by somebody.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 9 years embraced in May.
I'm still less than one.
And I've got a pretty good grasp on my humanity still.
Yeah. Well, I guess the only thing we can do is dig. And
yeah. I will see if I can look up her social medias, see if I can pull names off of there.
I will try and see if I can find someone of a more technical skill. I've been thinking about getting more help, but I'm going to have to take some time to try and find anyone along these lines, anyone of worth, really. But our main priority right now should be the destruction of this white, because the information here would be nice. However, as long as the white lives, more targets, more cleanups we have to do. The sooner the better.
Well, I mean, at least we can be more sure that this was intentional.
Indeed.
Yeah, this is good for long-term information, but it's just currently we do have to focus on this destruction first before anything else. Especially the threat to our territory.
There's one last thing in the envelope. A note. The note is written in... You can give me a wits and insight, actually. On the handwriting. Yeah, if you would like, you can give me a wits and insight on the handwriting.
I'll take half.
We got one success, baby.
Mm-hmm. How much does you take half?
1.
1? Okay.
Yeah, I'm at 2 hunger. I'm not just rolling 3 die.
I believe in you, Rex. Be better than all of us.
2 successes.
2 successes.
True.
With 2 successes, you are able to gather that whoever wrote this was annoyed, but also that it was written in a feminine hand. And it says very specifically, written on the piece of paper. It looks like it was just torn out of it's just a piece of paper that was torn out of like one of those yellow legal pads. I don't know who you are, but get this done quickly before people start asking questions.
Okay.
Valerie, do the venture thing.
It's, oh my goodness, the venture thing. Can I do the venture thing, Crafty, and find out information on De Leon? Any relevant piece of information?
On De Leon? Regarding?
Yeah. Oh god, this is the part I was asking about.
Yeah,
Dang.
do you want to be a little bit more specific? Because that's a very broad statement.
I know. That's why I was like, everyone, we should talk about that. And they're like, nah, just good.
You could take a moment to discuss.
I mean, it technically is dealer's choice. ST choice.
It is
So,
ST's
yeah,
choice.
It kind of is, yeah. We just
we
asked
don't get to
information.
ask what. We just have to ask.
All right.
who.
Relevant information on De Leon. With what you know, Valerie, you know that there is someone in the neutral zone specifically that he has a connection to. That you specifically already have gathered information on.
I do know this.
So that is information that you know.
Is there anything that potentially could help on top of that since I already knew that information?
You're 90% sure that this could be the contact.
Oh my. Maybe while we were talking at one point, I saw maybe Carmen writing something. But I'll just. I would.
You think
I'll
Carmen
just
wrote
kind of stare.
this?
Yeah, just kind of stare for a second. Just, I am pretty sure that Carmen wrote this, and would make sense considering their connection with, as many kindred and, information gatherers. That still working together, which is, I did not expect that, to be honest. Considering early information I know that they were, exes, and he was here trying to mend things. I guess he succeeded. Somewhat.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, I guess that makes sense that Carmen would know. So, yeah, I guess we gotta get this done, as to not piss off she who pisses off everyone.
She's hurtful when it comes to her words if you not wearing something she likes.
Yep. Indeed she is. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get this bread, I guess.
Well, we have to figure out some things first here. So, with the information that you gathered from your cameras, do you happen to know if there's anywhere specific that they might visit a little bit more frequently than others? Like any sort of path?
I try to figure out a pattern. I try to do whatever. It's not helping, unfortunately. The best I got, she enters our territory a lot, like our exact little zone that we got control over here.
I'm not patrolling sewers, not with that thing down there, not by myself.
The issue is we were going to have to either go into the sewer and lay the trap there, or we're going to have to make a very similar scene to what everything else is. We're going to have to. Well, to be honest, Avery, I don't think that you should be the one for it, because I imagine the White.
No. I have had this idea for weeks, and I've been trying to find a way to bring it up in a context that wouldn't just sound like, oh, Avery's just being chaotic again. But hear me out. Bombs.
No.
But listen, it wouldn't matter. You
No.
have all that gas down there, right? So, like, you wouldn't even need to worry. Like, you just blow the whole thing up, and then we wouldn't have to worry about the White anymore.
This is just a no. End of discussion. I'm not going to entertain this thought.
Rex, you're in charge here.
Valerie's right. We shouldn't make a scene.
But it would be so easy. We would take care of the issue, and then we wouldn't have to go down there because it would just be crispy.
River speaks up, and you would have a giant mess to clean up in regards to the explosion, and having to figure out how to cover it up with the media, and how to cover it up with the police, and how to cover it up with the local populace.
Okay,
and also it might not even hit the White if it's not currently there, unless we can we're going to try and make sure we do it, in which case you're going to sacrifice a homeless woman to a bomb, in which case, if that's what you want to do, go ahead.
No, that's not what I want to do. We just leave the homeless woman out of there. He's got cameras. He can see when and where she's at certain places. So, like, if we can just figure out if there's a routine, then it would be easy. And we need to figure out a routine anyways.
And where do you propose we get a bomb? We have incendiary ammo and concussive ammo.
Look, I know a guy who knows some people.
Well, we shouldn't even be discussing. Okay, we're not even should be talking about this in the first place. Not even entertaining the idea. Just a no. What I was going to offer was that we could just set up another scene like that. You know how every other crime scene is. We put the homeless lady by a sewer entrance. We get her scared, probably, or some sort of mood that the other victims probably were in, and then cut her a little bit, get some blood, and they'll probably come a running.
Also, Miss Wright, the last time the city had an explosion, Judikael showed up.
Wait, it already blew up once?
It was on the news. It made national news.
What?
Yeah, it was almost an explosion, or leading the whole country in explosions, considering how many happened down here. You're not the first one to have this idea. You're not an innovator.
Wow.
We just talked about
just stab me a little bit more there.
It's just, Miss Wright, it's just that we especially being of the anarch movement wouldn't want Judikael showing up.
And we just talked about the malicious gesture thing. It
was awesome, first of all.
Yes, but still, like, that got attention. If another explosion happens this soon, we're gonna have eyes, and not just police eyes, not just news eyes, but like federal, and I don't know, like I've heard there's like fucking Inquisition things too. That might be a thing.
Yeah.
And also in the middle of our domain too, especially.
Hunters already took out the Prince of Sarasota, so they're in the state.
Fine, no bombs. It would be easy, but
it would be easy, but sometimes just because it's easy doesn't mean it's the wisest course of action.
Look, I appreciate the thought, Avery, and it's just too risky. That's all I gotta say.
Fine. All right, so let's go down into the sewers with our little shotguns and hope that we don't freak out when we see this thing and kill it. Yeah, that's safe.
Well, that's why I was suggesting another idea of setting up essentially using her as bait to the surface near sewer entrances if we hide nearby. One of my ideas to try and avoid its ability is to have someone with quite simply a sheet to just cover over it. Might be Rex or whoever can get the easily hide the closest to just cover it while we take shots. That might be the simplest.
Yeah. Good old bagging, just like you do in those movies, right over the head.
So we're gonna
Torches the whole
mafia
bit.
this up.
Yeah, boy.
Let's mafia this up. Okay. So yeah, Rex, you can be invisible. So I feel like you should be the one to like throw the thing over it. And then Valerie or River and I can fill it full of holes.
Funny prankster brain again. I bag it and then I crouch down and then you push it over and it's like they fall over me and then we fill wet and that's on the ground.
Or we could just shoot it.
Or we could trip it so it can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Get away.
Trip it over me. It'd be funny and also violent.
I'm down for that.
Oh, however, if we're going to do this, we need to plan quite thoroughly because we need to be a place that's not super crowded. Because if we start shooting shotguns in a crowded neighborhood, we're not going to really get much success. And especially if it's in our area, there's a good amount of people around. It's not a particularly sparse location. So if especially in our domain, it's going to be rather difficult to get it in an area where it's not going to be people around.
We could do that little boat corral thing that's around the corner. And how many people are boating at night?
Well, there's that one time there was a bunch of people there. We still need to figure out what that was about.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I actually have done research into it myself. I found that while there might not be any suspicious people going around much right now, I found several crates there that were filled with contraband. It seems to be some sort of shady dealings going on there. So if we did do it near there, it would be a risk that whoever is doing their business there might not take too kindly that we are unloading shotguns right now.
Or if you do get into a firefight, there is contraband already there to explain that it might have just been a gang shootout.
That is another idea. It would get rid of... I was thinking about trying to figure out what to do with them. If we do that, we probably would be cutting ourselves out of any sort of contact or whoever is there. But it would be a great way to blame someone else. And to get, do a very open shooting.
Well, we have some ideas. We have some leads. And we've had some good talks, I guess. I guess we have a lot going for us now. Let's see what we can do with it.
And
Does he expect me to wear this?
And with that, we're going to bring this session to a close. The coterie has a pretty good idea of how to move forward, and they can spend the next few days planning before potentially cracking down and finally getting rid of this White. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for an episode of St. Pete by Night Don't Get Caught. We appreciate every view we get on this channel. Please make sure to hit the follow button below. We have such great content coming out in the next few days. On Friday we have What the Hell Is That? Our Hunter the Reckoning stream. We have After Dark on Saturday, and on Sunday we have Bloody Strings, our Camarilla VTM game. And then on Tuesday we have Rage Across Tampa, our Werewolf the Apocalypse game. We have so much going on here on St. Pete by Night, and pretty soon we're going to have even more coming up on our YouTube channel, so please make sure to stay tuned and check that out and stay up to date. Follow us on all of our social media platforms, and also follow my amazing players on any of the social medias they might have. Follow all of the amazing creators that help make St. Pete by Night such an amazing place to get World of Darkness content. And just thank you so much for just tuning in. Honestly, we can't appreciate it enough. We hope to see you next week, and See you soon. This has been a St. Petersburg by Night production. Don't Get Caught is produced in agreement with the World of Darkness and Dark Pack. The storyteller for Don't Get Caught is Nikki. Tonight's characters were voiced by Judikael, Izumi, Jay, and Krazaz. Visit our website at stpbynight.com for more information about all of our productions and how you can become a part of our community. Thank you for listening. Until next time, fangs, stakes, and claws out.